Hello everyone. We're going to be talking about the Finnish police and how they're going to start using body cams this spring, but there's a bit of a hitch with them. So we're going to talk about that right now. But before that, if you could like, comment, and subscribe down there, that would help me out a bunch. It really would. And I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Central European Time on twitch.tv/funwithfondue. Come on, hang out with us. Would love to see you there. And lastly, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/funwithfondue if you want to support me. Link is also down there in the description. Now then, let's get started then, shall we? The Finnish police is going to start using body cams nationwide this spring. And they have already been trialed in certain parts of Finland for a few years, for example, in the capital of Helsinki. And this was based off a police investigation group. I don't know what it's exactly called in English. It's the literal translation in Finnish is work group that suggested in 2015 already the use of body cams because according to them, they have been found to increase the police's work safety and legal defense and to decrease a violent resistance towards the police. Also, according to research from the US and UK that the group cited, cameras have improved the customers, the police's, or both's behavior and have led to less complaints, which of course is good. And according to the group, the cameras also increase the police's productivity because when there is video evidence of something, there is less time being spent on, who did what or who said what based on people's descriptions. Rather, you have video, which is pretty solid proof, not always 100%, but it's pretty good proof about stuff. But here's where we get into the difficult part. So according to the Finnish Police Federation, which is Poliisiliitto in Finnish, they think, and they said this back in 2017, that officers should have the security from self-incrimination, which means that you cannot be forced to testify against yourself. This is a basic human right, and because of that, they were very hesitant about the body cameras because they wanted, in practice, that officers have the right to delete videos that have material that could incriminate them. And now that this is going into effect this year, the officer is going to be able to decide when the camera is turned on, and they also get to decide if material is deleted or kept. You can probably guess that this is a slight conflict of interest. So yeah, this is way too much power for the officer to have. The decision whether to keep or delete material should not be up to the police officer. It should be a higher up that decides that. For example, if there's an investigation that needs to go into the officer's conduct, for example, then the investigators should decide if the material is admissible or not the officer. It's ridiculous. Like, for example, if there's a violent altercation with someone that the police has, then it's very important that whoever is investigating is able to investigate all of the material available, because we need transparency. Like right now, the video material from police's body cams is not public, similar to an officer's notes or, sensory prescriptions of stuff. But this is a problem because then information is hidden and it hides the police's work, which is not good. I have to remind you that police are in a unique position of power where they are allowed to do more violence than the regular person in upholding the law. This is the idea. In theory, practice is different. And because of that, they need to be held to a higher standard of scrutiny. So they should in no way be allowed to decide if the material is deleted. And honestly, turning on and off the camera is also a little bit questionable, although I do understand that for privacy reasons that is valid. Like if you're going into someone's home, for example, there's very clear privacy issues there. Like I think the cameras overall, I think they can be a very good thing. They can increase productivity, they can increase transparency, they can increase the accountability of the police, that they can't just do whatever they want because, you know, what they're doing is being recorded. So I think overall it can be a good thing, but the police should not have the right to choose, you know, the officer itself should not have the right to choose like, oh, okay, we're going to delete this material because I didn't look good in it because I'm not allowed to incriminate myself. No, it's ridiculous. No, absolutely not. And yes, Slumpspawn, you're right. Like investigation should be done by a third party, not the police. So if you don't know, the police in Finland investigate the police in Finland, which of course is a huge conflict of interest. It's not the same precinct that does an investigation on the police, but still, I think it is a huge conflict of interest. It should be a third party that is not affiliated with the police that investigates the police. But yeah, the body cams are coming, which I do think overall is a good thing. But it has to be transparent. The officer can't decide if the material is deleted or kept. It has to be someone else who's investigating on things like that. Privacy is important, yes, absolutely. How the material gets stored, who gets access to it, very important. But overall, the cameras could, if used properly, bring more transparency and accountability to the police and, you know, improve their work as well, because when they have video, they have less time arguing with people on what actually happened. So that's my thoughts on this whole thing. I think the police need to be kept to a higher level of standard of scrutiny because they're in a unique position of power rather than, you know, normal people, and that the cameras could be a great tool for that, but it looks like that's not being done correctly. If you like this content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe down there. It would help me out. So I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on twitch.tv/funwithfondue, 5 p.m. Central European time. Come there and come hang out with us. Would love to see you there. And lastly, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/funwithfondue. Go check it out. Also link down there. And hey, have a great one, won't you?